So let's get started with the synths. For this particular drop, I'm referencing two tracks from Ravenscoon. This first section in here with this one, it's referencing his track Stomp Out. And then the response section, or this section, is referencing his song Checkmate. So yeah, I just wanted to let you know about that, but let's get started with this one. This sound is actually composed on 3 layers: the sub, low mids, and the main lead. So for the main lead, I started with a sine wave. I enabled phase distortion from B, and I put this sine wave shape on the LFO. This is actually being routed to the fine tuning, 12%. That's bipolar mode, and also that's affecting oscillator B. Once I enable that, it's having the exact same modulation of the fine tuning, and oscillator B is all the way down in volume, and the octave is 4 octaves up. That's how it sounds so far, nothing that you can actually hear much. Now let's go into the effects. I'll put compression, hyperdimension, distortion, 71%, compression again, another distortion, this time asymmetric, phaser, rate all the way down, and an EQ just cutting everything below 150 and boosting a little bit. That's oh, I'm so missing this filter as well. And fine tuning modulation is just giving it a nice like vibrato. Without it sounds pretty awful. Yeah, that gives it like a lot of extra flavor to it. Then I have a low mid layer, which this one, it's this one is a variation of the previous. I started once again with a sine wave. I still have the fine tuning modulation in there. Oscillator B is disabled on this one, but I enable oscillator C, which is also a sine wave, but I put some extra harmonics in here, as you can see. Something important is that oscillator C is going direct out into bus 1. And then in the mix, bus 1 is going directly out, meaning that it's not going through all of this. Then in the effects, I have pretty similar effects. Compression, once again, hyperdimension, soft clip and distortion, single band compression. So I just did some tweakings here and there with the effects, but nothing too crazy. For example, I put the pre-filter in this distortion module. Phaser once again, and pretty similar EQ. Then buzz 1 just have soft clip and distortion. Then outside of the patch, I just put amp and an EQ. So without those, sounds like that, with amp. And then with an EQ, just like shaping the sound a little bit more. That's how those two sound together. That's only the saw. Also, the saw lead has everything cut below 300. Now, this sub is pretty simple. This is kind of how I create most of my subs. I have the basic shapes like the sine wave with the same harmonics. This is once again a variation of the previous patch. And in here, I just have buzz 1, soft clipping all the way up. because this is once again going direct out into the bus one. I didn't need to do this for this one since I only have this one enabled, but since this is a variation of the previous one, like all of that routing was already done, so I didn't want to change it just for time's sake. And then the sub is cut. Everything above 100 is cut in here. Now, if you notice, there's some variation on the second half. Sounds like this. And a lot of people wonder how that effect is done. So I actually, for this one, created a rack, which you will get if you get the project file, to create that exact effect that artists like Ravenscoon, Taboo, Mersiv, a lot of others have on their tracks. And what basically happens is that you put a couple frequency shifters, you play with the fine tuning, and you put the dry wet knob down a lot, like around 20%, and that's how you get that sound. That's kind of like the secret sauce. On the rack that I created, I even put like some snapshots for you guys, so that if you're like playing on 140 BPM or somewhere near 140 BPM, you will get like snapshots for like 1/4, 1/4 triplets, 1/4 triplets, 1/8, 1/8 triplets. So you can just change those. Like for example, let's do. Let me just do it on that one. Yeah, and you can like obviously mess with this on your own. You can create like automations. To make it your own. So yeah, as I mentioned, the project file and the presets and this rack is going to be available on my Patreon. If you want to check that out, that's where I put all of the projects for these breakdowns. I have like 70 plus projects, I think, as of right now. And if you're interested in one-on-one coaching, I also have some tiers that offer that as well. So check the link in the description if you're interested. And let's keep going. Then I have this Yoi Bass. That one is a square wave with this LFO shape. Then the rate is 1 bar, triplets. I put a filter with these values, cutoff, resonance. Then on the effects, I have downsampling, distortion. Then I have multiband compression. Reverb. Some hyper dimension. EQ. And utility cutting everything below 90. And I also have a sub bass version, so a sine wave. This is going direct out into the bus 1, and same in the mix. The bus 1 is going direct out, and then in bus 1 I just have a soft clipping distortion and an EQ. So this is sounding a little bit different from the first one that I showed before, because I had some macros in here mapped. But I think if you play with downsampling, yeah, I think that was something more like that. You can get like a ton different tonalities out of this. Something that is very important for this track that I actually haven't mentioned is that I have a lot of reverb automations with this reverb throw rack of mine. I'm doing just a lot of automations to help with the flow. So that's how that sounds without it. It just kind of like stops right there, but I wanted to have like the tail of the reverb kind of go for a little bit more. So I'm doing that. Also in the main group, I have another reverb throw rack, which is helping once again with the flow, for example, in here. or in here. I also have like sidechain enabled with my utility sidechain rack. So yeah, just little details that I want you to know. The fills that I have in here are just samples of mine. They also have, once again, reverb on them. So that there is like a little like tail lingering. So yeah, then let's go to this FM bass. I put FM bass, but it's technically like phase distortion. I started with a sine wave, then this LFO 1/8. The LFO is modulating the level. Then harmonic series, position 12, level all the way down. Phase distortion from B, 44%. I also have this other LFO, which is doing a main tuning modulation. So that means that it's playing with the pitch, essentially. 2%, 1/2 of a bar. You can play with this and get different like flavors of the pitch bending. Then I went to the effects and I enabled asymmetric distortion, multiband compression, dimension, reverb, EQ. And to give like the evolving sound that you hear on the track from Ravenscoon, you just need to play with some of the parameters of Serum. So for example, the rate, just hitting config, going here, clicking the rate so that I can put it out of Serum. Same with this A warp is just like the amount of phase distortion. And then I am also automating the pitch bend. So all of those, let me show you each envelope or each automation. So in here, going from 1/8 to triplets and back down, I'm also playing with the phase distortion amount as I mentioned, is going up. That's why it's sounding like a little bit like ripping apart in a way. And then the pitch bend just going up and up. And then the second time around, I just did some variations to that. Like kind of like the opposite basically is what I did. Like pitch down and then like the phase distortion starts higher and then goes back down. The other thing that I put in here on the post-processing was overdrive and an EQ, just cutting everything below 150 and decreasing a little bit on the 500 area. All right, now I have this sub, which is just like a normal sustain sub with this sub rack of mine. Just play with some of these macros, but this is just like a sine wave sub with some distortion. Then on the drums, it's just like a very basic like two-step pattern in here. Something that is important is how much reverb there is on the snare. On this one, like if I mute that, it actually loses a lot of energy on the track. Versus if I have that enabled. Yeah, then I did some variations to the drums, but nothing too crazy. I have also some hi-hats, like this hi-hat sample and this loop. And this drum fill going on. On the fills, I just have some chants like that one and then this one on the B section, something like that, and then I have like a lasery thing and some just like crashes and stuff. Actually, if you like this drop, I think you'll love my tape B breakdown. Tap the video on screen and I'll see you there.